Hi, welcome to Film Fiend. My name is Seb, and today I'm reviewing Minions and Monsters. So, Minions and Monsters is directed by Pierre Coffin, who also voices the Minions. And this film tells the story of how the Minions came to be involved in Hollywood during the 1920s. But it also involves a plot thread where they have to procure a monster so that it can feature in the film they want to make. And all this is being told as a story in present day. So, obviously, it's somewhat of a loose plot because, like the other Minions films, the narrative kind of ping pongs around as the Minions get involved in all sorts of random scenarios and escapades. And as expected, it's like an assault on the senses as we're taken on a roller coaster ride of random minion mayhem. I really liked the setting of this one. The time period and cultural epoch it takes place in affords the filmmakers plenty of opportunities for funny situations to put the minions in that involve classic film. And there's a surprising amount of old film references that will probably be lost on the majority of audience members, including myself, but it's sure to appease cinephiles who are familiar with the films of that time period. And the level of cine literacy in this film is kind of astonishing. That's the stuff that is obviously intended for the adults, and I was surprised to see just how much of this old Hollywood stuff they put front and center, considering it's a kids' film. There's a Citizen Kane reference, a Trip to the Moon one, Casablanca, some Charlie Chaplin stuff, Lumiere nods, and also a bunch of more contemporary film references like Jaws, E.T., and The Matrix. It's brimming with film references from across the entire spectrum of film history. They really didn't mess about when it came to referencing and parodying the early years of cinema. And having the minions inserted into classic Hollywood films was a really good idea. And in a way, this film acts as a love letter to cinema of a bygone era, while simultaneously being a silly and bonkers slapstick kids film. And in that way, it's a very singular and unique film. Crucially, though, the arcane Hollywood film references never eclipse or monopolize the child friendly slapstick humor, because after all, kids are the target audience for these films. So there's plenty to enjoy for kids and cine literate adults alike. Also, the visuals are really great. The animation is just so good now. There's a sheen of tactility and a real density to the imagery, which sounds so weird to say when talking about a Minions film, but it does genuinely look so good. Also, the cast is surprisingly stacked. I mean, it features the talents of Christoph Waltz, Jeff Bridges, Jesse Eisenberg, Allison Janney, and Trey Parker. That's a pretty A-list cast for a silly kids film about little yellow minions who conjure a baby Cthulhu. But obviously, with a film like this, it all comes down to, did I find this film funny? Well, yes, is the answer. I found it frequently amusing and charming, but I wouldn't say it was overly hilarious. For me, the first Minions film is still the best one, but I think this one is possibly better than the second one, and it's definitely better than the third and fourth Despicable Me films. I wasn't a big fan of them. So overall, it's quite a unique film in regards to how cine literate it is, and you can tell that the filmmakers have a real passion for cinema beyond animated kids films. It was thoroughly enjoyable. So that was my review of Minions and Monsters. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.